A very good morning, everyone. So we are now going to start our today's session. This program is actually a part of a series of voluntary efforts by Assam College Librarians Association towards awareness of users and the use of e-resources, openly access e-resources. So we appreciate this timely effort of Assam College Librarians Association, which is really the need of the hour, and we consider ourselves fortunate enough to receive their cooperation on the right time. So before moving towards the technical sessions in today's program, I would like to request our Honorable Principal Sir, Dr. Sasikanta Soikia Sir, to welcome our participants and formally inaugurate the session. So please.
Good morning, everybody. Myself, Dr. Sasikanta Soikia, Principal DHSK College. মই প্ৰথমে সকলোকে ইয়াত যিসকলে পাৰ্টিচিপেণ্ট আৰু আমাৰ ৰিসোৰ্স পাৰ্সন আমাৰ আছে এফএল এৰ সেক্ৰেটাৰী ডক্টৰ পিকেট ডেকা ৰিসোৰ্স পাৰ্সন সঞ্জয় কুমাৰ সিং ৰিসোৰ্স পাৰ্সন বীৰেন্দ্ৰ পাল আৰু আমাৰ ডিএইচএসকে কলেজৰ নতুনকৈ যোগদান কৰি এই কাৰ্যসূচীটো গ্ৰহণ কৰা আমাৰ পল্লৱী গগৈ প্ৰমুখ ইয়াত আমাৰ যিসকলে যোগদান কৰিছে পাৰ্টিচিপেণ্ট সকলোকে মই শুভেচ্ছা জনাইছো আজি আমাৰ এৱাৰনেছ প্ৰগ্ৰাম ফোন এটা আহি আছে মোৰ ডিস্টার্ব কৰি আছে মই শুভেচ্ছা জনাইছো যে আমাৰ এফএল এ বিশেষকৈ ইমান সুন্দৰ এটা প্ৰগ্ৰাম বিভিন্ন কলেজত অনুষ্ঠিত কৰিছে মই তাৰ কাৰণে এফএল এ সভাপতি সম্পাদক প্ৰমুখ সকলোকে মই ধন্যবাদ জনাইছো যে এটা সুন্দৰ পদক্ষেপ গ্ৰহণ কৰিছে সমগ্ৰ অসমতে মই ভাবো এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ এটা ৰিভলিউশন যদি আমি নিয়মীয়াকৈ কৰি ৰাখো তেতিয়া আমাৰ সকলোৱে যিটো আমাৰ বিষয় ই ৰিসোৰ্স ইউটিলাইজেশন ই ৰিসোৰ্স এই সম্পৰ্কে জানিব পাৰিব আমি দেখিছো যে বিগত সময়ছোৱাত বিগত 2-3 দশকৰ পিছত আমাৰ গোটেই শিক্ষা ব্যৱস্থাটোৱে সলনি হৈছে আমি প্ৰযুক্তিৰ জগতলৈ আগবাঢ়ি গৈছো কিন্তু আমি এই প্ৰযুক্তিৰ জগতলৈ আগবাঢ়ি যোৱাৰ সময়ত আমি কিমানখিনি মানুহক আমি সচেতন বা সজাগ কৰিছো আটাইতকৈ এটা ডাঙৰ সমস্যা এটা হ'ল যে এডুকেট দা এডুকেটৰ্স শিক্ষিতসকলক শিক্ষা দিয়াটো আটাইতকৈ ডাঙৰ সমস্যা হ'ল এতিয়া আমাৰ এনেকুৱা কিছুমান হয়তো ব্যক্তি আছে যিসকলে কম্পিউটাৰটো চলাব নাজানে তেওঁলোকে কিন্তু বহুত উচ্চ ডিগ্ৰীধাৰী হৈ আছে গতিকে তেনেসকল ব্যক্তিক আমি এডুকেট দা এডুকেটৰ্স বুলি কৈছো যে সেইসকলক আমি যদি শিকাই ল'ব পাৰো তেতিয়া আমি আমাৰ সমাজখনক এটা পৰিৱৰ্তন দিব পাৰিম আৰু আমাৰ এফএল এ যেটো আজি উদ্যোগ লৈছে মই ভাবো যে ই ৰিসোৰ্স আমাৰ সমগ্ৰ পৃথিৱীখনৰ পৰা এটা শিকিবলগীয়া আছে সমগ্ৰ পৃথিৱীখনৰ পৰা বিভিন্ন প্ৰান্তৰ পৰা বিভিন্ন ঠাইত দৈনিক নন তথ্য গোট খাইছে সংগঠিত হৈছে ই বুকছে হওক ই লাইব্ৰেৰী হওক আজিকালি এইবিলাক ইমান সুলভ হৈছে এই তথ্যসমূহ আমি কেনেকৈ লাভ কৰিব পাৰিম এই তথ্যসমূহ লাভ কৰিব পৰা এটা সজাগতা সৃষ্টিৰ কাৰণে আমাৰ এফএল এ যেটো দায়িত্ব গ্ৰহণ কৰিছে মই দায়িত্ব বুলিয়ে কৈছো যে দায়িত্ব গ্ৰহণ কৰিছে মই সেইসকলক হসাকে কৃতজ্ঞতা জনাবই লাগিব যে আমি আজি যেটো সময়ত Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
sir. Yes, sir. We can hear you.
আমি যি সময়ত এই আজি সংকট বুলি কৈছো আমাৰ লকডাউনৰ যেটো সংকট চলি আছে এই লকডাউনৰ সময়ত আমাৰ এফএল এ এনে পদক্ষেপ গ্ৰহণ কৰিছে মই ভাবো আজি যেটো উদ্যোগ লৈছে ইয়াত যিসকলে অংশগ্ৰহণ কৰিছে সেইসকলে ই ৰিসোৰ্স বা ই বুকস ই লাইব্ৰেৰী ইত্যাদি বিষয়ে তেওঁলোকে জানিব পাৰিব আৰু সেই তথ্যসমূহ শিকি লৈ আমাৰ ছাত্ৰ ছাত্ৰীসকলক তেওঁলোকে শিকাব পাৰিব আৰু বুজাব পাৰিব আৰু আমাৰ সমাজখন পৰিৱৰ্তনৰ দিশত আগুৱাই নিব পাৰিব গতিকে মই বৰ বেছি সময় নলওঁ কাৰণ আপোনালোকৰ আজি এই কাৰ্যসূচীটো খুব কম সময়ৰ বাবে কৰা হৈছে আৰু বিভিন্ন ইয়াত ৰিসোৰ্স পাৰ্সন ইয়াত আছে আমাৰ সঞ্জয় কুমাৰ সিং বীৰেন্দ্ৰ পাল বা আমাৰ ডক্টৰ পি কে ডেকায়ো আমাৰ অংশগ্ৰহণ কৰিছে গতিকে মই তেওঁলোকে বিশেষভাৱে ইয়াত আজি ক'ব মই ভাবো যে আজি এই যেটো ইস্যু লৈ তেওঁলোকে ইয়াত এই সভা এই ওয়েবিনাৰখন আয়োজন কৰিছে এই উদ্দেশ্যটো সফল হ'ব আৰু আমি বহু কথা আমি জানিব পাৰিম আমাৰ পাৰ্টিচিপেটসকলে জানিব পাৰিব আৰু মই এইখিনিকে কৈ উদ্বোধনী বক্তৃতাই হওক বা মনৰ কথাই হওক এইখিনিকে ক'বলৈ মই সুযোগটো পালো তাৰ কাৰণে মই পল্লৱী গগৈ আৰু এফিলে সকলো কৰ্মকৰ্তাক মই ধন্যবাদ জ্ঞাপন কৰি মই এই কাৰ্যসূচীটো উদ্বোধন কৰা হ'ল বুলি ঘোষণা কৰিছো ধন্যবাদ মোক মাত্ৰ 3 মিনিট সময় দিছিলে হয়তো অকন বেছি সময় ললো
Pallvi Gogoi, madam, are you there? Yes, Pallvi Gogoi, madam, continue. Please unmute yourself. Yes, madam, continue.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Actually, network is a little bit disturbing here, sir. Okay. So thank you, sir. As sir was a little bit busy this morning when I called you, sir, and but due to that you have spared some time to be with us here, and we are really very much honored, sir. Thank you very much. Now, sir, we'd like to move towards the technical sessions about today's program. But before that, I'd like to give a very brief introduction of our resource persons to the participants. We have with us Professor Sanjay Kumar Singh, sir. Sir is one of my most favorite and respected teachers from Guwahati University. Presently, sir is the head of the department from Department of Library and Information Science, Guwahati University. At present, sir is also in charge of the library, KK Hendik Library, Guwahati University. And sir has more than 50 research publications to his credit, and most of them covering various issues of information technology related to the field of library and information science. And I'm sorry, sir, I don't know the exact number, but more than 10 scholars have already received their doctoral degree under the guidance of Professor Sanjay Kumar sir. And sir is here with us as the advisor of Assam College Librarians Association. I welcome you, sir. Then we have with us Dr. Prashanto Kumar Deka. He is the General Secretary of Assam College Librarians Association. And under his dynamic leadership, the association is reaching a new height, and his entering efforts towards the upliftment of the profession and his dedication towards the profession is really commendable. And we, the professionals, especially the college librarians, are very much thankful to Prashanto Kumar Deka towards his efforts towards upliftment of the profession. Thank you, Dr. Prashanto Kumar Deka, for being with us. Then we have with us Dr. Birendra Pal. He is working in the field of information communication technology for quite some time, and he is presently the librarian of Koliabor College, and he's the coordinator of ICT Cell, Assam College Librarians Association. And those who are interested, they can have a look into the YouTube channel of Assam College Librarians Association's ICT Cell. There's a quite number of YouTube videos which are very much helpful, especially for the profession. Welcome, Birendra, Dr. Birendra Pal. And at the very beginning, I would like to request Honorable Professor S.K. Singh, sir, to offer his to present the presentation for the session, sir. So please. Singh, sir. Am I audible to you, sir?
Sanjay Singh, sir.
Unmute, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now it is audible?
Yes, sir.
It is audible, Brindan?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Pallavi, for your introduction. And good morning to all of you. In Guwahati University campus, we are facing lots of internet connectivity problems since yesterday. At present, also my own system is not working. So I'm using the temporary system. So I should be quick in my deliberation so that you will get something. Yesterday it was complete total failure. So Honorable Principal Sir, Dr. Sasikanta Sekia, Principal of THSK College, and my friend Dr. Prasanta Kumar Deka, General Secretary of ACLA, Dr. Birendra Pal, the coordinator of ICT cell ACLA, Dr. Pallavi Gogoi, librarian of this college, and all the teaching faculties, staffs, teachers, and students of. So the topic is known to you. It is just awareness program. Let me share the screen in the beginning itself so that site cannot be reached. Is it coming?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is coming, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
It is coming, no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it is coming. Okay, thank you. Okay. So the awareness program on e-resources, online e-resources. All of you are very much familiar with the e-resources. You are using this way and that way. So anything in the digital form, we can call it e-resources. The thing is that when you are using in the online mode, then you can call it online e-resources. Or when you are downloading it and preserving it in the form of CD, DVD, or any hard disks or any other devices, then you call, and afterwards you are reading it. That is offline e-resources. That is the difference in between that. So during the lockdown period, we have seen everybody is busy with the different activities. So librarian is also busy in their different ways, the different activities. Library is not untouched in this era of explosion of literature. All of you know that every minute some of the sites are saying every minute 50 books are published throughout the world. So it is very difficult to keep track of all those records, and side by side since 2010 onwards, the electronic publishing has tremendously increasing every day. So when you don't know how much it is increasing, when I was a student that time, I have studied that science and technology were doubling in 5 to 6 years, and social sciences were doubling in 7-8 years, like that. But today nobody can say when it is doubling. So the growth is so fast. So what we have to do, we have to depend upon such type of resources, and anything available in the internet does not mean that all are useful and valuable. So we have to be choosy. We know how to filter the information, we know how to find out the information. So these are some of the sources which is shown in front of you in the slides, that the publish anything in the electronic form, or electronic serial, maybe journal, maybe periodical, maybe book, maybe documents, are called as a digital resources or online resources. So it is a bundle of information, group of information which are available in the digital form, and it is made available to you through the web or through the hyperlinking, etc. Then we call it as a online e-resources. And as you know, it is the digital version of the printed document, accompanied by several hyperlinking and other devices. So it is up to you. But only thing is that you should know how to filter that document, because when you search anything in the internet and you within a few seconds you find lakhs of information. Now out of that lakhs of information, which one is important to you? So you have to know the searching technique, you have to know the Boolean technique, you have to know the advanced search technique, then only your search will be specific and you are going to get the relevant information. So we are not going on that area because it will take another more hours, so time is short with us. So just here I am pointing out that you should know the filtering technique, etc. So in this regard also, the open access has made it easier to reach in the hands of an individual information seeker, we can say that. And it is because of these online e-resources. So these are some of the sources where, as I told you in the beginning, that you can keep those information, that is CD-ROM, DVD-ROM, electronic databases, electronic journals, electronic books, electronic thesis and dissertation, then internet resources. These are all different types of IR. You can have your own IR. I know that many of the colleges have their own IR, and social media platforms are also there. So let me cite something related to e-resources, which is made available to you through the eSource Sindhu, and it is a JASPA service provided by the Implement Center, Gandhinagar, Gujarat. So here under eSource Sindhu program, you will find this UGC Infonet Digital Library Consortium, which was earlier provided for the university libraries, and now for college libraries we are having Enlist program. So in Enlist you have seen 6,000 plus journals are there, and more than 31 lakhs books are there, and in eSource Sindhu 10,000 plus journals are there, and more than 31 lakh books are there, and 22 resources and 4 databases are the library professionals are knowing very well, but for teachers, etc., may be knowing, may not be knowing. So you can access this site www.influenet.ac.in. You can go to that site and you can get lots of information. What are the activities of the Influenet Center and what they are doing for the higher education, development of higher education in Northeast India as well as India itself. Why I am using the term Northeast India? Because in Northeast India up to 2017-18, so it was given free of cost, like library software packages sold were given free of cost, and this online resources for the college and program was given. So 2018 onward, minimum amount of which 5,000 registration charge. You do not pay anything, but you are able to access so huge amount of information. And Brender will just show you the demo of all those type of things. So there is no area untouched. There is no subject left out where e-resources are not available in the whole universe of knowledge. So let me just cite some information related to open access e-resource management, where you have seen in the era of this information explosion, as well as colleges are using this credit and grading system, semester system in their classes. So teachers are always found to be busy with that activity. So here we have seen the need and attitude of the users are totally changing, and it is changed. And how? When the teachers are motivating their students. So motivation of students are very important in today's context when you are talking about the use of e-resources, etc. So it is the duty of the teacher to tell the student that you use that resource, this resource, this resource, in this resource you will get that type of information. But how? So in the syllabus, your syllabus is having some prescribed textbooks, etc. So when you are citing or when you are giving any assignments to the students, so don't give any assignments, any question which is directly available in the textbook or directly students can copy from the textbook. So give assignment in such a way that the student will be forced and bound to take the help of the e-resources, and the library will be used, or in the colleges you can use from any place. So the remote login access you can use from your home. Only the thing is that you should have your own login and password, and certainly all the colleges are having this. 193 colleges at present are using this Enlist program, and they can use this for their purpose. And eSource Sindhu, as I have already mentioned, for colleges, these are showing the efficiency in getting the information. So these are some of the websites, addresses, etc. for the e-sources, online users. That first one is very important, like it is for www.boaj.org. So it is basically for the journals. It is one of the world's largest database, you can say that, where open access journals are available. And one is DOAB, Directive Open Access Books, etc. So demo will be shown by the Brinder Pal when he will deliberate his lecture, etc. And these are others, Wikipedia, Elsevier Science, OJS, Springer, etc. These are only the information which I am sharing with you, that these are the resources through which you can download the information according to your requirement, according to your need. Same thing is continuing here, that Science Direct, Willy, IUART, like that type of thing. So later after this lecture, you can just try and check it, like that type of things. When we talk about the open access e-journal repository, so you see here, OpenJGate, then Directive of Open Access, I have already told you. For science and technology, basically the periodicals, etc. You can go to the NISCARE site. The site is already given to you. And then IGNOU e-resources, basically for the higher secondary students and the degree students, as well as in some cases, some colleges are also imparting the PG courses. So for them, if you want any full text self-learning material, you can go to the IGNOU site, www.ignou.ac.in. There you can go to the eGyan post and download their relevant information. Earlier it was completely free and easily accessible and downloadable. But because of some not technical problem created by the human being, so now they are having some security measure on that. And even though you will be able to download many information which are useful for you, you can go to that. I mentioned earlier, www.influenet.ac.in. Here you will get lots of information related to the e-resources. Now there are some open e-resources, open journal sources. Here, first site here is www.pdfdrive.net. This is one of the biggest, again you can say that, open source books, where you will get 27,43,76,478 number of books, and this figure goes on changing every now and then. And in this book, in this website, there it is mentioned that every minute 50 books are being added to this database. Every minute, you can say that, so you cannot count the number, and you can search the information easily, where millions of books are there with unlimited downloads facilities are there, and you can search through the author and title, etc. And these are some of the educational support websites. So here, the khanacademy.com. You might have seen in the television advertisement. There are lots of advertisements regarding the khanacademy.org, then regarding the Byju's, etc. So you can go to the Byju's, you can go to the Khan Academy, and there are some sources which are useful. Where only I mean to say that This type of online resources are there, which are useful for those students who are preparing for the engineering examination, and medical examination, other competitive examinations. All types of examinations can be seen, and you can use the online resources provided by them. And this is the project Gutenberg. Then there is a Digital Library of India. IIT Kharagpur is the nodal center for this, and regional center is in Guwahati. IIT is also regional center. So here regarding the National Digital Library, IIT Kharagpur and National Digital Library of whatever you call it, Project Gutenberg, etc., will be shown you live by Dr. Birendra Pal in his lecture. There are some book sites. These are some list of some book sites which are very important, and you can have the book. You can download the book according to your requirement. But whatever list you are giving, these are only just informative purpose. You are just for creating awareness purpose. Some of the sites may be working, some of the sites may not be working, because these platforms are always goes on changing, and just updation of works are going on. Sometimes you may get error 404 also, which is not available. But even most of them are working, and it will be useful for all of you. These are some of the online educational supports sites where you will get this, information related to the university, etc. So for entire universities, that type of sites are available in the web. And these are related to questions and answer sites. So here, if you ask the question, you know question and answer, you can go to this site, you can have this information. You can track the information, answer, and your purpose, etc. may be solved. And this is search site about.com, about the web, artificial search engine site, etc. So Google site is there here. So you can use this and you can utilize for your purpose. Then searching for people. These are the sites which are used for searching for people, who's who, in space, etc. So you want to have the information about any renowned person. Suppose you want to regarding the Trump or Prime Minister of India or President of any country or any specific sports person, any big personality, etc. You will get under the Who's Who program under these websites. These are related to some of the news channels we are having in India. Also, we are having today. India also we are having different types of, all the newspapers are born digital nowadays. You can say that, and you can go through them. This India. Lockdown was started during the time. All of a sudden, we have seen that there are some person who have created some group of this WhatsApp group, and 25 papers, 30 papers were published from different parts of India, along with the magazines, latest magazines on suppose sports magazines, Outlook, then other Hindi magazines and other languages magazines were also made available online. But after 20 days to 25 days, then all of a sudden one news was coming from the newspaper agency association that these are all illegal and these are violating the norms of digital rights, etc. And if anybody is doing so, that person legal action will be taken, that action person. So immediately that was stopped. But they have mentioned that individually you can go through that particular site, you can read it, but you cannot transmit it, you cannot share this information. So when you are sharing this information, transmitting to other person, then it is a violation. If you are using for your own purpose, then it is not a violation. So you are free to access any newspaper published from any part of the globe before its publication in the web form. It is online e-resource form. And this is some information related to health, kids, explorer, etc. Here, almost all sites are working. I have checked personally few days back also. So the number one, that health A to Z, there's some technical problem in that site is there. But others, kid doctor, then medicine, etc., LM, etc., all are functioning, working properly. After this lecture, you can just check it and verify it whether your purpose is fulfilled or not. You can verify this things. This is related to the sports side. Here also, almost all are working. One or two may not be working, but generally, when it is not working, that means it is under construction or page is under development. That type of things. So you can get the information, e-resource information related to the sports headline, sports, and many things related to the sports area. This is important for teachers as well as us. Vidyanidhi project, Sodh Ganga project, open thesis, open access thesis. Out of this Sodh Ganga, it is again service provided by the Implement Center. You can go to the www.implement.ac.in, where you will get lots of information related to the Sodh Ganga. Here from Guwahati University, if you see, there are 5,200 theses are there. Total about more than 270,000 theses are uploaded there, full text theses. If anybody want to access any thesis, you can search by the Guwahati University, you can search by Dibrugarh University, you can search by any university of the country, or you can search by the author, the researcher, you can search by the guide, you can search by the subject. So in all area you will get this information. So this Sodh Ganga is very useful for the new researcher or those who are thinking to join the research PhD program, etc. On which area of their subject they want to work, what are the criteria, what are the problems they may face, what will be the research problem, how they are going to do it. So that are very, very useful for the budding professionals also. So that is one of the important sides. This open thesis and open access thesis, these are open source. Here you will find lakhs of thousands of theses are there, lakhs of theses are there uploaded. Even you can upload your thesis, then your thesis can be accessed by anybody throughout the country, throughout the world, not only country. So these are all very, very useful sites for the teaching professionals and this. This is open journal access system. Here also there is a provision in the Infonet site. You can create your own online journal, etc. So if you go to that open access journal system, you can see the terms and conditions, rules and regulations. And for your college, you can create your own open access journal system in your college name, in your department name, etc. This is Shodhganga thesis, as I have already told you, 270,000 full text theses are there, 7,600 synopses are there, and 440 universities are covered under this program, and 511 universities signed the MOU with the Infonet Center, and Guwahati University thesis 5,200 plus, etc. And this is simply some few example, one or two example that web online classes are. There are many more in this slide. It is not there because I am using some other terminal today. My main terminal is not working because of the net problem, etc. Otherwise, there are many n number every day. The new new platform is coming up for this. So at present we are using this Zoom platform for this. Even the PhD Viva, etc. is nowadays being conducted through this platform, online platform, Google Classroom or Zoom or any other web Cisco WebEx, like that type of things. So here, just let me go to the end part of this. So there should be some vision of e-resources. And in this vision, there is an obstacle. Every good thing when you are going to do, you will find lots of obstacles are there. Here also, during the pandemic period may be the obstacle or maybe the opportunity, you can say that, whatever you call it. So obstacle in the form of a pandemic period. And pandemic has taught us, this lockdown has taught us how to use the e-resources, how to disseminate, how to create awareness in the e-resources, how the online classes are being conducted in different forums. Now the question is different, that whether those online classes are fruitful or not, practice properly or not, or useful or not, that is only time will say. But at present we are performing our duty. We are performing duty, how to impart, how to do it, and we are doing it. Online classes, Guwahati University, schools, colleges, everywhere the online classes are being conducted. In the government of India has also taken the initiative from the television channels. They are online classes, like in Assam also. In the beginning itself, one of the television channels within times they have started online classes for class 10 maths, like that. So one thing is that this change is inevitable, and we have to accept the changes, whatever which is coming to our way, and it is an opportunity. And what earlier we are in comfort zone, so now this situation is saying this lockdown has said that come out from your comfort zone and you start working for the welfare of the society, and you come out from whatever you have enjoyed earlier, you come out from that zone, and we all are enjoying what we are and or what we have. So that is the time has compelled to do us. So don't worry for the success. Success is always on the other side of your comfort zone. So come out from the comfort zone and start using the technology. May think that not 100% is being useful. Let 50% or 25%, even 20% is useful. That is sufficient. I have told you about lakhs of information, lakhs of crores of ebooks, thousands of e-resources. But my question is, even 1% is useful for it. You find that 1% is useful for me. Your purpose is completely solved. So to conclude, I can say that in this lockdown area, though it has taught us many things, so we have to think globally, act locally. You have to give emphasis how you are imparting. You can make your own technique, make your own device to impart education in this way or that way, and use e-resources as much as you can and as much as you can. And e-resources are increasing day by day. Every day we are seeing it. So there should be some personal planning, or there should be some personal learning plan, etc. in your future or in coming days. And that is some 4 points are given here. What you need to learn, you have to think in the beginning itself, why you need to learn, what is the purpose of learning all those things, and how you are going to learn it, what is the method, technique you are going to apply, and what is the time frame to learn it. If you see this, if you give emphasis on this 4 part, then you will find that you are successful in the changing world. And during the lockdown period, this system, the situation has compelled us, and it said that it is the best investment you will ever make in your life during this 2 months, whatever you are using it, or enjoying it, or reading it, or disseminating, whatever it is up to you. So this is only just a mere attempt to just give you aware about the online resources, what is available throughout the world, etc. And just give you few clue only on that. And now the Dr. Birendra Pal will take care. He will give you some information like Swayam Prabha, then Digital Library, Gutenberg, many things are there. He will show you live on that, and it will be really useful. I am just trying to pass on it quickly because of the network problem. So this is my email ID, this is my phone number. If you want any help later on, so you can. Thank you very much, Pallavi. Thank you very much, Dr. Sasikant Sekia, because I have met you, maybe remembering, may not be remembering. I have met you in this college in Majuli College just few years back when I was there. So I have seen your college there, that Majuli College was beautifully arranged and it was neat and clean campus. I hope that here DSSK College also might have kept like this, and in your leadership the college will prosper more. Thank you, Pallavi, as you are looking after the library, and I expect that in the during your student life also you are very active and smart, so we will certainly take your college to new directions. So thank you very much to all of you, and we will meet again during question hour time. Thank you. Thank you, Pallavi. Over to Pallavi.
Yes, Pallavi madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your nice presentation. I always used to say that very nice presentations are as always. And now I'd like to request Dr. Virendra Pal to proceed with his presentation. Dr. Pal, please.
Thank you, madam. And it's a great honor for me to come here in the platform of DSSK College. And really, this college is quite very much very much favorite for me, because whenever I used to visit, I used to see this college. So I'm really very much proud of this college also, and very proud alumni are there from this college. Where I have met many persons, professionals who are from this college. It's a great honor for me to come here in this platform of DSSK. And first of all, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Dr. Virendra Pal, and I'm the librarian of Paliabar College, and also the coordinator of ICT Cell of Assam College Librarians Association. And today here we will be knowing about the different kinds of online e-resources, respected participants. As most of us from the academic fraternity, I know that many of us might be aware about these facilities. So just we are giving a glimpse of all these facilities, whatever the different facilities that are available with us. We can use these facilities for our academic purposes, and during this lockdown, these facilities are very much important for us. So just I will share my screen directly. Singh sir, is my screen visible? Pallavi madam? Becca sir? Pallavi madam, is my screen visible?
Yes,
okay. Okay. So this is the platform now. First of all, we will be learning about SWAYAM. We will be talking about SWAYAM. We will be discussing about SWAYAM Prabha. We will be discussing about National Digital Library of India. Then we will be discussing about Sodhganga. And then we will be discussing about EPG Pathshala. And then we will be discussing about Enlist facility. And at the very last, we will be discussing about some of the open access e-resources. Respected participants, this is the website of SWAYAM. So as you know that SWAYAM is a e-learning platform. Not only you can learn here, but also you can get the certification. It's approved by, it's a means component of MHRD, where 9 national coordinators are working, like AICT, UGC, NEOS, CEC. All these organizations are working for the different organizations level. I will show you. Now, first of all, let us understand what the SWAYAM means. See, SWAYAM is a program initiated by Government of India, by MHRD, and this is something like means e-learning platform. Earlier also there was so many e-learning platform in India, but there was no any provision of certification. Earlier, National Program for Technological Enhanced Learning, they were providing the certificates, but except I think NPTEL, there was no any platforms in India. But when SWAYAM comes, then they are providing not only the learning courses, but also they are providing the study certification. So these are the 9 organizations like AICT, NPTEL, UGC, CEC, NCERT, NEOS, IGNOU, IIMBM, ITER. These organizations work for the different institutes of India, like AICT is working for the technical education. NPTEL is working for the engineering institutions. Similarly, UGC is working for the postgraduate education. CEC is working for the undergraduate education. All these organizations work under their own domain. If you want to see, suppose AICTC, under AICT, you will find number of courses is 73, and this number of students are already enrolled. Similarly, if you want to see under UGC, like you just go to the UGC and you check it, this number of courses. Right now UGC has no any courses, but if you go for CEC, then you will find number of courses is 63. This much students has been enrolled. So this is all about basics information about SWAYAM. See, in the school education sector, these two organizations are working. Under the distance education, you can say these two organizations. Under the undergraduate education, these are the organizations. And under the postgraduate, those are the organizations which are working. Now the basic importance of SWAYAM is that, see, the credit transfer guideline is already given by MHRD through the Gazette notification. Ministry of Human Resource Development has given this guideline, and now the universities have to integrate their credit transfer method in the SWAYAM platform. Now suppose someone wants to do some courses from other universities, then the particular university should have some guideline for this, and nowadays any persons can do any courses from other universities, provided that particular university should accept it. Even AICT has given this guideline. So these guidelines are already available in the website of SWAYAM, and the basic importance what I want to show is that guideline for developing online courses for SWAYAM. This is the guideline. If someone is interested to develop their own online courses in SWAYAM, then you can go through this guideline where you will find how to develop your MOOCs courses and how to make the different technical arrangements for the developing the MOOCs courses. Similarly, you can download the applications of SWAYAM through the Play Store directly or also from this website, and you can use it in your smartphone. So this was all about basics information about SWAYAM. Now I will show you the courses, that is called all courses. See, these are the courses which are running right now. These are the upcoming courses and these are the ongoing courses. Ongoing courses, you cannot enroll for the ongoing courses, but for upcoming courses, you can enroll for the upcoming courses. Just take some time. Yes, see, this is the courses like on animations provided by Banaras Hindu University. Dr. Abhishek Kumar is the coordinator, I think, and the program will start from 31/7/2020. So in this way, you can take different courses according to your convenience in SWAYAM platform. And one important thing I want to share through you is that since we are all from college teachers and different academicians, so there is a facility in SWAYAM that you can do your online refresher courses in SWAYAM. We are doing our refresher courses through different HRDC centers. Now this platform is available under SWAYAM, and you can enroll for repeat courses. Basically, these repeat courses are provided during the month of September. So these options, there was an option in this area that you can do your repeat courses, but right now this option has been disabled just 2 or 3 days before, but it will be again enabled after some days. So if anyone is interested to do their refresher courses online, then they can do through this SWAYAM platform. The certificate of this refresher course is equivalent to those regular courses. Even the Directorate of Higher Education, Government of Assam has also given this guideline and extended this guideline to the colleges of Assam. Now, I will show you SWAYAM is not only limited to the English language, it has been extended to different languages of India. See, like Bengali, Gujarati, Hindi, Kannada, Malayalam, Marathi, Tamil, Telugu. So in this way, you can explore different courses in the different regional languages of India. See, this is again, there is an option called completed courses. The name itself indicates that these courses are already completed, but the learning materials which were used during the course is available online. You can use it for your learning purpose. Like, and on any subject, suppose you want some materials on suppose humanities and social science, then you just click it, then all the learning materials on this discipline will be appeared here. So the basic important thing what I want to show through this live demo is that let COVID-19 not stop your learning, continue with SWAYAM. And this is the specialized learning material categorized by the SWAYAM during this COVID-19 situation. There are lots of learning materials are available, and within this single platform, lots of information has been given through a single portal. If you are from non-engineering background, then you can go to this option. Suppose you are from engineering background, then you go to this option. Even for school level, there are certain study materials like NCERT ebooks and other study materials you will find through this platform. And also there is some kinds of certificate and diploma courses in IGNOU. So right now I will just show you the non-engineering courses. Once you go to this option of non-engineering courses, you will get two options. That is called postgraduate courses, and this is called undergraduate courses. This is not that you are enrolling for a course. This is something like you're learning. You can use it for the learning purpose. These materials during this COVID situation. So if you are from postgraduate level, you go to this different disciplines and you choose according to your requirement. If you are from undergraduate level, then you just go through this list and you try to pick up your requirement. Suppose I want to show you one example, principles of sociology. Suppose now just you select your module. Suppose introduction of sociology. I want to go to introduction of sociology. So this is the e-text. E-text means the study materials prepared by expert on this topic of introduction to sociology. And this is the self-learning material, that means video. You can play this video and you can learn for your purpose. So I will show again some of the other disciplines which is available under SWAYAM. There are some other subjects like international economics, intellectual property, introduction to our program. Different subjects are categorized and you can use according to your requirement for learning purpose. This was all about respected participants. It was all about SWAYAM. In simple, SWAYAM is an e-learning portal of learning along with certification. From class 9 to post-graduation level, the learners can do their learning through this platform. It is already mentioned in the about SWAYAM class that from class 9 to postgraduate level. So I will move to the next part of my presentation, that is called SWAYAM Prabha. And see, the name maybe have some similarity with SWAYAM, but there is a difference between SWAYAM and SWAYAM Prabha. SWAYAM was a platform of e-learning with certification, but SWAYAM Prabha is a group of 32 DTH channels where you can enjoy different educational videos available through your television networks. Like if you have Dish TV at your home or if you have DD Disk, then you can enjoy different SWAYAM Prabha channels by sitting at your home. The program is telecasted 5 times in a day, means same program is repeated 5 times. Suppose you miss somehow this program, then you can watch this program in another time on the same day. 5 times the program is repeated. And the importance of SWAYAM Prabha is that this there are lots of experts who are coming to this platform and giving their presentation. And this is the website of SWAYAM Prabha. The website is right now, it is in maintenance work, I think. It is not working. But thing is that you have to go to this website and you will get lots of information about Swayamprabha, like when the program will be telecasted, what are the different upcoming programs, what are the live programs going on. So this information you will get from this portal of Swayamprabha. This is maintained by ImpleMNet Center again. And there is also archive videos option in Swayamprabha. If you go to this website of Swayamprabha, there is an option called archive. That means those programs which are already been telecasted, you can enjoy those videos through this portal also. Sometimes this television may not show all those videos to you. So this is working now. So I will show you. This is the channels allocations. There are 32 DTH channels which are working, and each channel is assigned to its disciplines. There is an option called frequently asked questions. You can get different more information on Swayamprabha from these frequently asked questions. So I will just go to the next topic. This website is a bit, I think, slow for some technical reasons. Now I will move to National Digital Library, NDL. This is also an MSRD project maintained by IIT Kharagpur, and IIT Guwahati is also a part of it. Now, first of all, I will show you that the entire platform you can customize in your regional languages. Suppose I want to see this platform in our own language, then you can do it. See, yate anusandhan ulaise, bhasha ulaise, login ulaise. Gotike amar mote ami customization to language to kori lobo paru. We can do it according to our convenience. Now, I will show you that first of all, you go to this login option and you make a registration, because first of all, you have to make a registration in Swayam. In the National Digital Library. Just you go to this option called register and you will get an online form. You just fill up this online form. It will take hardly 30 to 40 or 1 minute maximum. Once you fill up this online form, a activation link will be sent to your registered mail. What you do, you just activate your account and you come to this login option and you log in with using your account. After activation, you can use this login option and you can log in directly with your login credentials. And see, if you are from school education, then you can go to this option. If you are from directly science background, then you go to this option and you can explore the different subjects like biology and biotechnology. Then you will get questions and solutions, video lectures. Then on genetics, you'll get questions and solutions, foundations of computational system biology, biotechnology, on different topics. Suppose in mathematics, if you want to explore, then you'll get all this related submenus, and you can use it. You can explore these resources according to your requirement. This was about the disciplines. Like if you are from law discipline, you go to this option. If you are from management discipline, if you are from literature, then you go to this option. Similarly, like if you want some scholarly publications like journal articles, then you go to this option. If you want some books, then you go to those options. If you want some different data sets, like for research data sets is also available in the National Digital Library portal, that is called NDL. And see, what is the important is that there is a frequently asked questions now. And in this frequently asked questions, you can explore your confusions and you can get lots of ideas from this platform. Now, if you are an institute, what the NDL has written that you try to appoint an institutional membership, then you appoint an institutional nodal officer. Institutional nodal officer will collect the email IDs and names of the different faculty members and the students, and they will send to the NDLI, and NDLI will create an institutional account. Now, what is the benefit of this institutional account? The benefit of institutional account is that you may have access to more resources than individual membership, because you are from some institutions. Some of the publishers like Elsevier or some of the publishers may not give access to their resources to the individual members, but they may give the access to those resources to the institutional members. So it is recommended that you try to appoint a nodal officer, and nodal officers in turn will collect the different informations and will send to the NDLI. So this was all about NDL. We have discussed SWAYAM, which is a e-learning portal with certification. We have discussed SWAYAM Prabha, which is a group of 32 DTH channels. We have discussed National Digital Library, where you'll get lots of informations like ebooks, journals, and different informations. Now we will move to the next topic, that is called SWOT-Ganga. Everyone is aware, I think, about the SWOT-Ganga, that all the theses of Indian universities are now available in a SWOT-Ganga. If someone is doing their PhD, then this thesis is available from these theses are available in the SWOT-Ganga. See all the universities of India. If you see, then you can explore more, like from Assam Downtown University, Assam University is there, Guwahati University is there, and then all the universities of India, they have to join the SWOT-Ganga. Their theses are available in this option. Suppose you are to go to Assam University. Under Assam University, when you go, then you can access the thesis by the name of the guide. You can access the thesis by name of the researcher. Also, you can access the thesis by the department. Suppose I want to go to explore the thesis of Department of Biotechnology. Once I will go, then you see this title of the thesis is there, researcher is there, guide is there. So you can explore and you can get all the learning materials of all the theses available in the SWOT-Ganga. My intention is not to figure out any of the theses, just this is for information. Now I will move to the next part, that is called ePG Pathshala. This is also e-learning platform maintained by IncludeNet Center, where you will get access to different e-resources. There is a option called Students Corner. Now you go to the Students Corner. Under this Students Corner, again you will get lots of learning materials, as I have shown in the SWAYAM. Suppose you are from Zoology department, then you go to this option and you select your requirement. Suppose on animal physiology, and then you select the sub menu like on neuronal cytoskeleton. Then three options you will find: e-text, same thing, the learning materials prepared by expert on this topic on animal physiology. Then this is self-learning, that means the video prepared by the experts. You can play this video.
In this module, we are going to learn about the neuronal cytoskeleton, the microtubule associated proteins, the maps in the neuronal cells, the intermediate filaments.
So this is all about ePG Pathshala, where you will get the learning materials. If you are from English, if you are from food technology, geology, different disciplines are available. You can go under this brackets. This means resources number means 640 resources are available. Under this resources, number of resources is also mentioned. How many numbers of resources are available under each discipline. So this was all about ePG Pathshala. Now the basic important part of basically for our colleges is the ENLIST, because these resources we are already having in our access, because most of the colleges now they have subscribed the ENLIST memberships, and in the ENLIST 6,000 plus journals are available and more than 31 lakhs ebooks are available. That means 6,000 plus journals and 31 lakhs plus ebooks are available. Now for accessing ENLIST, you will need an account. That means you need an account for accessing the ENLIST. It is not free available in the internet. You have to get an account from your library staff. Just you contact your librarian, you contact your library staff. He will be asking about your email ID and just your name and some basic information. After that, he will create an account for you, and then an activation mail will be sent automatically to you. What you have to do, you have to activate your account from your registered mail. once you register, once you activate your mail, then your account is activated. Now you have to come to this website analystinfininet.ac.in, and you have to go to this option, member login option. Once you go to this member login option, then you have to log in with your login account. Your login username is the email ID, and the password is the password which you have reset recently using your activation mail. Also, those faculty members or those participants or those persons who are who have already their account but might be forget their password, they can also reset their password directly from there. They need not have to go to meet their librarian. Just you go to the analyst option and go to the member login. There is an option called forget password. You just give your email ID, then again a password will be link will be sent to your mail. Under this e-journals, respective participants, you will get the list of e-journals publishers like American Institute of Physics, Annual Reviews, Economic and Political Weekly, Indian Journals, Institute of Physics, JSTOR is there, Oxford University. These are the list of publishers of e-journals. Similarly, for the list of publishers for e-books, you will find Cambridge eBooks, IBRI, EBSCO, Hindustan, Institute of Southwest, Oxford. In this way, you can find it. Now, say, suppose I need a book on bioinformatics. Now you just go and search it. Once you go, then all the documents on this topic will be shown. Suppose I want this, then you go and then you just click the view. Three things we have to remember here. Once you go to this option, that you can read the books directly online without downloading the book. You go to this option, then the book will be directly displayed on your screen and you can study it for your purpose. Similarly, you can download the entire book. Also, you can also download the book according to the chapter wise. Suppose I need only first chapter, I did not need the entire book. Then you go to this option, download chapter wise. And for this, what we have done, ICT cell of Assam College Library Institution has also made a video to get access to Enlist in our official channel. You can also enjoy this video. And I'll show one more search, because most of us, we are using our own libraries. And in our library, you have seen that there is an option called, there is some numbers in the books like 620, 320. So in this way also you can search, like this is called call number in our subject. If you want, suppose books on economics number is as per standard is 330. So you just search it. In this way, the books on this topic will be shown. Suppose I want a book on, suppose organic chemistry. Organic chemistry number is 547. Then you just search it, then you will find it in this way. So every subject has its own number. In libraries, we are using this facility, so you can use it, because in Enlist this facilities was not available earlier. This Enlist facility has been fully customized newly, just 1 month back. And in the new platform, you can explore more things as compared to the earlier platforms. So this is all about Enlist, where you can access 6,000 plus e-journals, and you can access more than 31 lakhs e-books. And if you want to explore more about Enlist, then you go to this option, frequently asked questions, and most of the questions are predefined. You can explore this. Then license and fair use. This license and fair use is also very important, because they have given what the users have to do and what the user should not do while using the resources. This is also important, because if you violate this license agreement, might be your account may be disabled. So you have to take care of this also, and even you have to follow these guidelines also. So this is all about the license agreement. And if you want to see how many colleges of Assam right now are the members in the Enlist facility, so you can also go to this option. This is called members. Then you go to the state-wise. Sorry, not clicking here. Yes, this is the college status. Now in India, so this much colleges have already joined. These are the 12B colleges. These are the non-aided colleges, and these are the science colleges, and these are the not eligible colleges. And eligible but not renewed. So because might be your colleges maybe have enlist membership but may not have renewed, then you can check it from this option. In the state-wise college list, if you want to see in Assam, then you can see it. So my intention is not to figure out any of the college. Just I'll go to this option again, enlist. So this is the basics information what we try to forward through this platform about enlist facilities. Now I will move to the next part of my topic, that is open access e-resources. Respected participants, everyone are aware about what is open access e-resources. These resources are freely available in internet. Now we have to know already Professor Sanjay Kumar Singh sir has shown most of the e-resources. I will show you one or two websites which is very important for you. This is called DOAJ, Directory of Open Access Journals. In this directory of open access journals, you will get the list of all the open access journals available in the world. You need not have to go individually to each website of open access journals. You go to this directory, then you will get a list of all the journals, open access journals available in the world. And you select your requirement. Suppose I want open access journals in political science, then you click it. See 34005 records of the subject is available. View our journals or articles, then it will show you. Similarly, there is another website called ebooks, for ebooks, DOOG. This is called Directory of Open Access Books. You will get the open access books through this platform. These are all tentative websites. Moreover, there are many websites in the open access mode. Similarly, there is a website called Project Gutenberg. For ebooks, you can download the ebooks. Similarly, one important thing you can also convey to your school colleagues, like if you are from a school college, then you can share this information that there are NCERT ebooks. You can download this NCERT ebooks directly from NCERT website. Just you go to this option NCERT ebooks, and then you can download these options. Even from SWAYAM also you can download this NCERT book. Again, I will show you the important thing about school education. Please convey this message to your colleagues of school. Like Diksha app, you will get a Diksha app, and this app is also very important. You can download this app and you can use for learning purpose in the school education. So there are lots of available informations are on the internet domain, and it's our means you can explore, then you will get lots of ideas, because whatever we have shown, these are all tentative, and beyond this there are lots of information, and you might be also using some of the resources, you might be having some accessibility of those resources. So our intention is just to make more awareness regarding these resources, and I will just stop sharing my screen, and I'd like to thank to the entire DHSK community, including our principal sir and Pallavi madam, to give me the chance to come here and give me the chance to share with my feelings with you. Thank you. Pallavi madam.
Thank you, Dr. Virendra Pal. Your presentation was really, really very informative, and our participants have really been benefited from this. So before moving on to the question answer session, I would like to request our Honorable General Secretary, Assam College Librarians Association, Dr. Prashanto Kumar Deka, who is also the librarian of KC Das Commerce College and the brain behind all these programs. So we'd like to hear a few words from Dr. Prashanto Kumar Deka.
Pallavi,
So Deka, please.
Pallavi, please continue the question hour, answer hour. After that, I'll.
Okay.
So some network problem also going on with me. You can just continue. Continue to Virendra.
Okay, then we'll move on towards the question answer session. So question answer session is open for the participants.
Respected participants, if you have any question, please.
Any question, any query from participant?
Type in the chat box. You will get. There is an option to raise hand also in the Zoom application. You can also raise hand, and also you can type your queries in the chat box.
Then Virendra, should I continue now?
No, we will take one or two questions, sir. First of all.
Yeah.
Madam has so asked one question, Gitima Kakoti, can you show the progress login season again? Madam, actually we have already made a video on this topic regarding how to access we have accessed this facility through Enlist facility now. What we have shown to access the progress, we have access through Enlist. So you go to the Enlist option, from there you can access it. Government of Assam Education Department has started the SWAYAM from primary to higher education. Sir Singh sir.
Yeah, it is right.
Yeah, what is the question?
Government of Assam Education Department has started the SWAYAM from primary to higher education.
Yeah, see, SWAYAM platform is for everyone nowadays, and central government as well as the state government both are taking the initiative. So in this regard, just on 19th, a notification was issued by the this UGC regarding this SWAYAM program. So that is for colleges and undergraduate and PG courses. So that is important. And regarding this school, you have seen that one Government of Assam, the Education Minister also launched one program. What is its name? It is not coming to my mind at present. What is the name? Vendor, you know the name? Government has launched just a few days back.
Diksha
program.
Yeah.
Program is one type of platform, and NCERT is also doing a lot for the school, at least school going students, etc., so that they can keep themselves up to date in these online resources. And it is seen that NCERT program are mostly used by the CBSE schools, and nowadays we have seen that in state government schools also in 9 and 10 the CBSE syllabus are followed. So it will be useful for them also. So they can directly log on to their site and they can do this. And side by side, different channels like Diksha and other channels are also there. Through that channel, the students can update themselves. And these are the initiative. But Diksha is just a few days back, it was recently, so I don't have any clear-cut information whether it is being utilized properly or not. But regarding the NCERT program, that is being used.
Okay, we have lost connections with Professor Sanjay Kumar Singh sir. There is a question. What are the students can register in Enlist website? Yes, very good question. Students directly, they cannot register in Enlist. They have to contact their concerned library staff. Then the library staff will create the account for them. You have to submit your email IDs and different informations. Once you submit the information, the librarian or the library staff or any person who is handling the Enlist in your college, he will create the account on behalf of you, and then an activation link will be sent to your registered mail. Then the works of the users starts from there. Then what are the e-resources of engineering subjects? Sanjay Singh sir, can you hear me? Okay. So what are the e-resources of engineering subjects? Respected Chandan Deka, sir, really it's again good question you have put through this platform. And e-resources is not only for the social science, because engineering courses, if you are from engineering disciplines, then you can go to the NPTEL, National Program for Technological Enhanced Learning. Basically, the resources which are for engineering, they will provide you. Even the resources are available under Enlist also. And there are some, if you are from if you are from universities, then there is some special e-resource consortium that is called eSoth Sindhu. If you are from universities, you can access this eSoth Sindhu, where you will get lots of engineering materials. Even in National Digital Library, there is a special option called engineering. And even in the, EPG Pathshala or any, there you will find lots of study materials or learning materials in engineering, but it may not be sufficient for us because we are also facing some problems with our own materials. But some of the most of the resources are available in the platform. Yes, there is another very good questions. I don't know how to know which content is beneficial and which are substandard. It's really very good question. Just I will want to connect with Professor Sanjay Kumar Singh sir. Sir, can you hear me? Sanjay Singh sir.
Which question?
No, okay, I will take it. I want to connect with Professor Sanjay Kumar Singh. Is he available in the platform? Dekha sir?
No, his network problem is going on.
Okay, no problem. Yes. See,
What is even network problem?
how to know which content is beneficial and which are substandard? Actually, you are the right person. So, Professor Sanjay Kumar Singh, yes, sir, I am getting you.
Yeah. See, this is the scenario. Every time I'm getting disconnected. So how can you think that properly we are going to disseminate in the online mode? So since yesterday I'm facing sitting in Guwahati, I'm facing such type of problem in Guwahati University. Today I am in my department. Yesterday I was in my residence, so I thought that my house is just at the bottom of the hilltop. So because of that problem may be there. But today I'm in the department. So this problem we are facing. So until and unless government take care of the advancement in science and technology along with the internet connectivity and electricity, then we cannot think of such type of online classes, online courses, though it is very useful, very, again gone, see.
No, sir, you are there now.
Yeah, sound is there, no?
Yes.
So these type of things are happening. So it is very difficult to say, but government is taking initiative for that, and we hope for the best that government should come forward and provide us such type of things. That certainly the teaching community as well as the student community will be benefited from this. But practically, when you find out, when you see this, what is the outcome, what is the output, you are the best judge. You can judge yourself what facilities we are getting, what advancement we are getting from this type of technology. Yes.
Sir, there is a question that how can we differentiate between a good resources and substandard resources? How can we say that this resources?
Yeah, that's a good question. See, anything available in the web resources or computer does not mean that it is a good. So simply, computer is an idiot box, you can say. Earlier we are telling TV is an idiot box. Today computer is an idiot box. Garbage in and garbage out. If you put garbage inside that, you will always get the garbage. So everywhere good and bad things are there. So we have to see the authenticity, see the genuinity. If the good publishing houses are there, like you are downloading anything from Oxford Publishing House, Blackwell, Wiley, and India, other publishing houses like Asia Publishing House, Stern Publication, that type of things, many publishing houses, like many publishing houses are there in India, but that should be renowned one. So if you are downloading from renowned publishing houses, then you are sure that you are getting the good information. Otherwise, if you are downloading from any blog, I'm not saying all blogs are bad or all blogs are good. So some of the information in blogs are most irrelevant information and fake information. Nowadays, we are living in the fake news area. So everywhere. Earlier, when you were downloading, searching anything through the Google, in the first instances, you'll find all important information you are getting. Maybe book, maybe journal, maybe other important documents. But today, when you are surfing anything, immediately you get the information from fake service provider. Even the Prime Minister, for COVID, the Prime Minister had launched a program for depositing of money. Prime Minister's some yojana they have performed. So for that also the fake account was there and people were started depositing the money in that fake account. So that type of anti-social elements groups are there. So we have to be very, very careful from such type of people who are doing something wrong. So Wikipedia, if I take the example of Wikipedia, in the beginning of Wikipedia, everybody was allowed to upload anything. In that case, many wrong interpretation, wrong information were uploaded in the Wikipedia and the importance of Wikipedia is lost. But today, again, Wikipedia has gained in importance and you can upload, but without checking the authenticity, they are not uploading it. If the information is genuine, then only they upload it. And now again, we are getting everything from the Wikipedia. If you want any definition, computer gives you the Wikipedia information. So like that type. So you have to know what are the good sources, what are the bad sources. So renowned publishing houses is always the good one. Or if you are downloading anything from the consortiums, like EGC Infonet Consortium or the Enlist Consortium or Digital IB Consortium or any CSR Consortium or NPTEL, somewhere talking about engineering. So this AICT Indus Consortium is for engineering, IIM and IITs. NPTEL is there for engineering, etc. So if you are downloading anything from there, then you are very much sure that you are downloading the good information, the correct information, genuine information. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Sir, there is another question regarding this Google Classroom and Zoom. And the user, I think Abhijit Bharwa sir is asking this question: what is the difference between Zoom and Google Classroom, or which is a better platform to connect with the students? Zoom or Google Classroom?
See, all nowadays there are multiple platforms. All platforms are important in their own way. Okay, all are having some advantage and disadvantage. If you are purchasing using the commercial platform, then your time durability will be more. You will get some more feature, and there will be no problem with this. Suppose if let me cite an example. If you are downloading using the Google platform, Zoom platform, and free version. So here around maximum 40 minutes time you are going to get it, and participant is also around 50 or something like that. So in free version, okay. But if you are using the commercial version, 95, 100, 200, 300, 500 like that. and more features we are getting. Now there was a question that in this Zoom platform, the security was the issue. Yes, in the beginning, the security was very much issue. I was also not using this Zoom platform for several reasons. This is one of the reasons, of many reasons. Now I'm also using this Zoom. Why? Because their data is now encrypted and it is not going to be taken away by somebody. But in the beginning, the database where those who are using this Google, this Zoom platform, etc. So many data were sold or misused by the different antisocial like people of that type of things. But today Zoom 5 is there, and from Zoom 5 the encryption is there, and there is no need to worry about Zoom 5. And Google Classroom, yes, I'm using Google Classroom in my department. Our students are connected to the Google Classroom, and we are using. But I'm not getting any difference, and not getting any problem with Google Classroom or this. In my house, my missus is using this Cisco WebEx. So for that, in some of this GoToWebinar are doing, so many platforms, many sites are there. I have shown earlier from the other side. Laptop, but in this device, I have prepared a list of minimum 10 to 12 of this site. So if you go through that, and you will get it. So a list of this platform for taking the online classes, etc. In one of the slides is there in this. And if it is the vendor can show you from there, or you have to share it. If time permits, then I will show you later on. Any other questions?
Sir, there is a question that kindly tell me few reliable superior source. Someone is asking.
Superior source for?
I think for
online resources.
Yes.
So for journal, DOA is the one of the best widely used source. The Directory of Open Access Journal, Directory of Open Access Books. I have shown you about the Open Books. These are all reliable sources. Directory of Open Access Journal, Open Access Books. Then your Enlist is the most reliable one. Your college is having Enlist program. You can use the Enlist program. You will have your own login and password. And nowadays, Birinder has already shown you the demo, etc. You can talk to your librarian, and librarian will provide you. Or you can talk to, if you are facing any problem, you talk to Birinder later on, and he will guide you how to access this Enlist program. So for colleges, Enlist is there. For university, we are having Source program is there.
So there is another question. You have provided many resources to us, but how to make reachable to the students? How the students will know about?
How to make
reachable these resources to the students?
Yeah. How to reach? Yes. See, nowadays this is the age of ICT, and this social networking platforms are there. Suppose in my department we have made a group of students of individual classes. First semester group, second semester group, or third semester group. So once you have made the group, that group will continue up to fourth semester. In your college, once you make a group of a student of suppose degree first year, BSc. So BSc first year to sixth semester, first semester to sixth semester, same group will be there. Only you just mention this year, first semester this year, and it will go on continuing. So like that, if you are having a group, then you can communicate this, attach that file to the group, WhatsApp group, and you can disseminate it. Or in the Google Classroom, if you are making a list, because you have to make a list of that student, those who can join. Suppose you are taking the Google Classroom, you have to add all students. Suppose you are using this Zoom platform, you are all connected with your devices. There are some systems, so the organizer is taking care for that. So this is the method. So best way is, in quick mode of time, you want to share anything, you share with the WhatsApp group. That is the best way of communication on media. Okay, that is what I feel and what we are doing in our department. We have prepared a separate group of PhD and MPhil PhD scholar. We have prepared a separate group for MLIC second semester student. We have prepared for a fourth semester. We have prepared for our teachers also. So what do we want to communicate? We are communicating accordingly.
Okay, sir. So there is another question related to copyright. To what extent those e-materials can be used in the face of copyright? So
copyright validity. When you talk about the copyright validity, then you must obey the rules and regulation. It is said that after the death of the author, up to 60 years, copyright validity is there. Regarding digital resources, digital film, etc., there are 25 years or 15 years, like that type of also is there. But when you talk about e-resources or a printed form of documents, so until unless the author dies, copyright prevails, and till the copyright is there, you cannot use it. But in the e-resources, when it is open source, when it is made open source availability, so you can download 100%. Then there is no question of any copyright. But if it is under the consortium, you cannot download 100%. You can download the particular paper, particular thing, any paper, any article for academic purpose, academic use. If you are using the same thing for the commercial purpose, like you are giving that document to your tuition students, then it is a violation. You are giving the same thing to your students in the colleges, that is not the violation of the copyright. So it is up to the ethics of the person who are using it. And if your ethics is good, then you can download the entire book in the electronic resources if they are allowing us. Because in some of the sources you will find you can only read it, you cannot download it. In some of the sources you will find you can download some pages. All pages are not allowed to download it. You will find ebooks are there. You can download few chapters, few pages of that, and then you will find some blank pages are there. You cannot download the entire one. That type of firewalls or restrictions are made by the publishing houses. So if it is completely free, as I have given you some sites, either DOAJ or DOAB or Open Books, where 27 crores plus books are there, so there you can download completely. But if it is paid one, if it is the latest one, then you cannot download everything. One can download page by page only, and 2%, 20 to 30% you can download at a time. Yes, anything? I think this will solve the problem.
Yes, I think we have answered most of the questions, and still you have some questions you can put in the group and we'll try to take it. And if still some participant want to ask directly question, please raise your hand in the Zoom application. We'll be happy. Yes, Sandan Deka sir. Yes sir, please unmute yourself sir. Deka sir. Yes sir, please sir, unmute yourself. We have already unmuted from our end.
What are the particular side of issues of engineering colleges?
AICT, Indest AICT consortium is there, which
Yes,
is
sir.
not available to enlist. You have to take the help of your engineering colleges. If they are the member of the Indest consortium, you will get it. NPTEL program is there. So the NPTEL program, you can have this information. And open sources are there. Open source, you have to search, you have to filter. So first filtering will be your engineering books or engineering journals. Then you will get the engineering books, then you filter it, that which journal, which book, which author, which title you want, then you filter, search accordingly. But if you want from the renowned sources, then you have to use the AICT Indest Consortium, which is basically for the engineering colleges, IITs, NITs, IIM, ISCs, and this NPTEL programs. NPTEL, you can go and download engineering documents.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Deka
sir.
sir. There is again, I think Bolaram Nath sir. Can you hear me, Bolaram Nath sir? Please unmute yourself. Bolaram Nath. He is not audible to me. So we will take another. Parag Das sir, do you want to speak, sir? Parag Das sir. Parag Das sir. Sir, can you hear me, Parag Das sir? Okay, sorry. Sir, Uttam Das sir. Sir. Sir, Uttam Das sir, will you want to share your experience, sir? Okay, sir. Thank you. I think we are going to move to the next part directly to Pallavi madam. Pallavi madam, can you hear me? Please unmute yourself. Pallavi madam.
If you allow me to share, I want to show that slide of platform.
Okay, sir. I will just allow you. Yes.
Share the screen just for a few seconds.
Yes, sir. Already I have given the permission.
So let me share that screen so that join again. It is gone. Okay, it is coming. It is there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is the slide. This is the slide of the online classroom. Zoom, Cisco WebEx, GoToWebinar, Google Classroom, Google Meet, Facebook Live, Skype, Say Namaste, WebEx, Discord, YouTube Live, Video Connect for delivery to face-to-face lecture, Google Form assessment. These are all the slides. Besides that, there are many more. Every day in the newspaper is to find every day. Say today also morning I have seen something, some new platform. So like that, every time new platform is there. So earlier in the beginning, this Skype, this was used by multinational company and big companies for conducting this interview or viva or something like that type of things, meeting like that. But nowadays we are having n number of this. That is a slide I want to share with you. Thank you, Brenda, for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yeah, just remove this.
Yes, sir. Pallavi madam, can you hear me? Okay, please unmute. Okay, madam. Please unmute yourself. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Narendra. So before we have almost come to the end of today's program. So before that, we'll definitely like to hear some words from our Honorable General Secretary, Dr. Prashant Kumar Deka, sir.
Thank you, Pallavi. Thank you, Pallavi. Thank you, our resource person, Professor Sanjay Kumar Singh, head of the department, Library Information Center, Guwahati University, and he's also dual charge in charge also, KK Hendrick Library, Guwahati University, and he is a national level LS professional. And thank you for giving us your valuable time. And Dr. Virendra Pal, College Librarian and coordinator of ICT. Without, he's a growing library professional. Without him, it is not possible for me to do such type of problem. And I think both of research person will cover almost all important MHRD recommended digital resources, which will be very fruitful for you. And my heartful gratitude to our honorable principal sir. I have read lots of articles written by him, and today morning also I have read one article him. Ella Haru Jibon, Manuhor Atatke Dangor Kotu Hol Ella, Bahiror Kotutke Buhugune Dangor Hol Manor Bitor Taka Ella. Thank you, sir. It is really resourceful and very enlightened article from your side. And মই আপোনাৰ ইয়াৰ previous college Majuli College visit কৰিছিলো 2016 ছাৰৰ, and he's maintaining very beautifully his campus. And I think in today morning also I have seen one YouTube video also on this is on you maintaining of campus of DSHK College. Really it's very good and beautiful, sir. Thank you. So sir, this is a small voluntary contribution of from our side towards the Education Society of Assam, and we have taken a series of initiatives for capacity building of college librarian as well as our academic fraternity to order initiative. Our main motto is for creating more awareness on use of online resources as directed by MHRD among the library professionals, principal and all academic communities. And we are providing these services voluntarily, and it is a modest contribution from our society. And I like to request all participants also here to subscribe our YouTube channel, where we are already posted lots of educational, informational videos. I think you will be benefited from this. And I'm happy to inform that during this lockdown period, sir, we already have successfully completed 9 number of webinars on this awareness program, use of different resources in different colleges and institutions of Assam. All the technical needs and handled by our RCT cell team, and under leadership of Dr. Virendra Pal, Jagdam Pal. In future also we are thinking to do some such type of seminar online program for the teachers and students community. And I offer my thanks to our serious and active librarian, Pallavi Gogoi. She's very active and active member for our association, and I think she will guide you in future to follow this digital platform. At the end, I would like to offer my special gratitude to our principal sir again, that I know he's a very active and dynamic person, and so I request him to guide us for our future program. Definitely he will be guided us for do more. And we have also felt honored to organize this program in institution, sir, because I know he's a very famous institution in Dibrugarh area. And at the end, I once again welcome all the participants for this webinar, and I think you all will be benefited from this program. And thank you, all of you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Pallavi. Hello, Pallavi.
Thank you, Dr. Prashant Deka. You have come to the end of this program. So towards the end, I'd like to offer my sincere thanks, especially to the college authority, especially to our honorable principal, Dr. Sasikanta Soike sir, for his support, cooperation, and the encouragement towards organization of this program. And special thanks to our academic coordinator, Dr. V.D. Goswami sir, for his support, and also to all the faculty members of the college for their cooperation and the special encouragement that I have received towards organization of this program. And especially we are thankful to the participants without whom this program would never have been a reality. Then our special thanks goes to the Assam College Librarians Association for accepting our request to organize such a program in our college, and to the users of our institutions and our nearby institutions. And then a special thanks goes to all our honorable resource persons, and I believe that they have been able to enrich our participants with their expertise in the field. So thank you very much, Professor Sanjay Kumar Singh sir, Dr. Prashant Kumar Deka sir, and also Dr. Virendra Pal. Thank you very much, and thanks to everyone, those who have made this program a successful one. So thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam. Just before ending this program, I would like to give special thanks to Dr. Pallavi Gogoi, madam. Actually, she is the lady. Actually, what I want to say that because of her, this program we have made success today, and really she has worked day and night for making this program a successful one. And madam, really we are very much fortunate that you have really coordinated with us. Also, we'd like to thank to the honorable principal sir of the HSK College, without whose support we cannot complete these courses. And also thanks to all entire faculty members of the HSK College, to the whole academic fraternity of the HSK. And I would like to thank all the participants. Special thanks to Professor Sanjay Kumar Singh sir. Because of his contribution, we could arrange this program. Otherwise, it is very difficult for us to arrange this kind of program. Thank you, sir. And special thanks to the General Secretary of Assam College Librarians Association. Yesterday night also he was talking with me till I think 1 or 2 o'clock, sir, about this program, how we have to make, how to make plans. So sir, really always your guidance is really working for us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And my special thanks to one of my colleagues, Dr. Dilip Kumar Sonwal, is the assistant professor of Koliabar College. Sir, thank you, sir, for your kind supports whenever I am arranging this kind of program. You are giving me the hosting. Thank you.
Thank you, Virendra.
Thank you, sir. So with this, I'd like to thank everyone, and we will meet in future also with some new activities. Thank you, and the meeting is end. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, everybody.